Today I want to talk about the 3 reasons why you should not be buying property in Dubai. Now, right now we are in a pretty great market situation for Dubai property. Things have been going very, very well over the last few years. I started my investment portfolio in Dubai around 2 years ago, and of course things have done very well. I did a lot of research and I've invested into a number of different properties, and I've made this channel here to describe and go through my personal investments and to maybe help some of you guys on your journey, having a look into the back end of someone who's actually investing rather than someone who is just talking about different opportunities, right? So with that said, if you do want to smash up that subscribe button, it would really help me get these videos out to more people. And if you ever want to ask me a question regarding moving to Dubai or buying in Dubai or anything around that area, there's a link to my email address down there. So with that said, the first reason you should not be buying property in Dubai might seem obvious, but not having the actual funds to do it, right? Now, what I mean by that is, yes, you might have some funds. You might have enough to just get enough to buy one property. And I would always recommend not doing this sort of thing, because this is going to put you in a position where you are, emotional around that money, because it means a lot to you. And it's perfectly reasonable for that to be the case. And I would only really be investing if you've already got certain buckets filled up. Now, what I mean by that is, first of all, I always like to have my safety blanket. For me, it's around a year, because I'm essentially a digital nomad. I travel around, I do, all of these different things. I would like to have a year's worth of money to survive. If all of my businesses went to zero and my property, was hit by an earthquake or something, something crazy happened and everything went to zero, I want to have enough to survive for a year to get back on my feet. So 3 months to a year is always what's recommended, and this is your living expenses. So this includes your rent, your food, your utilities, everything you need to live for 3 months to a year. And if you are investing without that, it's going to be much more stressful, because things go wrong. There are added costs, and that brings me on to the next point: the added costs and the stress of investing into property. So you shouldn't be investing into property without that backup, right? Without your funds ready to go. This is an investment and you need to think about it long term. We'll talk about that a little bit more later in the video. But there are added costs and stress. So if you're someone who doesn't deal well in high stress situations, property investment in Dubai may not be the thing for you, because there are a lot of things that come up. We see time in, time out that quality is a little bit of a problem in Dubai. It's hard to find really high quality developers and buildings. And although I've found that it doesn't really make much of a difference if you are doing short-term rentals and you do find good enough buildings, right? There's always going to be shortfalls. But because of these shortfalls, you have things like water heaters and boilers and things breaking often. This is something that's happened a number of times for me. And this is quickly money that you need to spend to fix them, and then it's added stress because you might have a tenant in there who's not happy and all of that stuff. So you need to be able to handle stress very well, and if you can't, I would not recommend investing into Dubai property. Now, it is very fruitful for me, and also I do employ a management company, so they take 10 to 20% of the rental income, right? So you guys can use that as, you can take a step back, and I would say mostly it's passive, right? But there are times where you got to pay that money. So I would say just be aware of that. Now, the third and final reason you should not be investing into property in Dubai, or any property really for that matter, but most importantly Dubai, is because right now, like I said, the market is doing very, very well. And any investment that I make, I think, should be a long-term investment. And there is an opportunity and a possibility that Dubai's property market takes a cooling off period or goes down a little bit. Now, it may continue to go up. I don't know exactly how high it's going to go. I don't know when the point is that it turns around. And I'll let him pass. And I don't know if we have a crash or if we continue. I have no idea. So the way I prepare for the fact and the belief that I actually don't know is by having a long-term time horizon, right? We've seen a number of times in the past where the Dubai market has crashed really badly. Now, I don't think that's going to happen again in the same regard, but I need to, in myself, in order to feel comfortable with my investment, is to believe that there's always a possibility that happens. So am I comfortable with holding my investment for the next 10 to 20 years? I am. I'm very much comfortable with that, and that's kind of what I'm planning. I plan it to be a very long-term investment, and that means that if tomorrow something happens where the Dubai market cools off, starts to head downwards, it's okay, because I have all of those three things that I've spoken about in this video covered. First of all of the money that I invested into Dubai's property market is money that I am okay, perfectly fine to do without for now. I can live for however long I need to without that money. It's not stressful. The market goes down, it's something that I can suggest. Now, along that lines as well, don't get over leveraged, meaning don't take loans that you can't afford to cover, right? Because then you'll find yourself in hot water if anything was to go wrong. So be safe there. Keep it very conservative. I like to be conservative with my investment in everything other than my high risk investments that aren't property, right? If you know me from another channel, you might know what I'm talking about there. But don't get over leveraged and keep that safety blanket. And then also long-term time horizon. And then also don't be stressed if things come up, right? Keep those buckets filled and expect them to happen. So when the opportunities arise where you need to pay for something you didn't expect, or the property market starts to trend downwards, you have this long-term time horizon. Now, if the property market starts to trend downwards, the way I think about it is, if you look at the price per square foot of London, Tokyo, New York, whatever other major cities there are, Dubai is still behind that. So I believe that in areas like Business Bay, like JVC, and some other areas, maybe the marina, maybe downtown, just look into it if you find good deals. But there is an opportunity still for capital growth for us to just catch up with those sorts of countries and cities, right? So I think it's going to continue to go up. I'm positioning myself in the belief it's going to continue to go up. I'm continuing to invest in Dubai. I'm also investing here in beautiful Bali. But with all of those beliefs, I also have the backup. So if anything goes wrong, I'm not stressed and I'm not in a financial position where I can't sustain myself for at least, let's say, a year. So with that said, those are my reasons why you should not invest in Dubai. But I, of course, continue to invest in Dubai because I think it's a wonderful opportunity and I will continue to invest into it. So again, if you guys have any questions, anything you want me to answer directly, anything you want me to make a video, leave me a comment in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to respond with an entire video going through whatever it is that you're asking and my experience of that, right? I'm more than happy to break that down because I want this to be a two-way channel. I don't want it to be me just chatting nonsense into a camera. I want you guys to have the opportunity to ask me questions and really get an answer from someone who is not just trying to sell you stuff, right? I want to show you what it's like to be an investor in Dubai. So with that said, if you like the video, smash the subscribe button, leave me a comment, hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next one.